Alright friends, it's T and I'm back with another video, man, and this video deserves a review by JasonBlaha, the gym lifting, recruiting lifting slave. Yeah, man. Let's hear what Blaha has to say. JasonBlaha. If you train fewer days, you should not add more volume. Okay.
Hey everybody, it's JasonBlaha here. I thought I would sit down and do another video for you guys and gals. Let me get a sip of my water first.
Hey, it's actually water. He must have been watching my videos, fucking bothering about that Kool-Aid shit. Yeah, that actually is really water now.
A beautiful radio voice going, and let's talk about this.
It looks like water.
All right. I always get questions in the comments, and people will ask me about, well, look, I can only train 2 days a week, or I can only train 3 days a week. Should I increase my volumes to compensate? Should I run these really long workouts? And I'm always like, no.
I mentioned this previously in the video, but okay.
I don't have my lifters do that. If I have a lifter who tells me I can only get to the gym 3 days a week, I don't have them run the same weekly volumes that my lifters who go 4 days do. All right, my optimal for a lot of my people is 4. I run some of them at 3, but people who train 3 days a week is usually because they can't handle as much volume, they don't have as much gym time, recovery and time issues. We don't do more training, they do less. Okay, and I'll get to that in a minute. The worst case are when I get people, and I get them, they're like, well, I can only get to the gym twice a week, so I do this.
Depends on what they're training for. I don't know why they're going to the gym. What are they training for, Blaha?
Really long full body program. Why do I hurt? Why are my results less than I would want? Because you're doing a really long full body program. Okay, and we need to be clear on that. People bring that up like, why am I just so beat up? It's like, I'm only training twice a week. I had someone say, I'm only doing like 14 total, but I do.
Because they don't eat. They think that weights build muscles like you do, Blaha. Have you seen Blaha look so aged, man? I just saw a video of him. It popped up on the feed just now. Like, I just looked at it. It said, full body workout 2016. Man, this guy has aged from 2016 to now, 2024. He's aged so much. He's like, he looks so old, man. This is crazy.
All compound movements.
His lifts were semi-heavy there. I don't know. Somewhat, I guess, whatever. He's so weak now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe the steroids aren't working anymore.
Because I have to get everything done in 1 day. So I'm doing all big compound movements, all hard sets. I'm doing 14. I'm just exhausted for days.
Yeah, you're exhausting yourself. You're adapted. You're a factory worker. And then you're trying to do a whole bunch of work all at one time. Heavy, crazy work. You're just destroying yourself for no other reason than to do what? To be good as a factory worker?
Well, yeah.
Look, let's just put it this way. Gyms do not exist, okay? Neither do factories or any jobs or anything. They don't exist. But let's just say, they're man-made. These factories, these jobs, whatever. You go to these jobs, you start lifting like a lifting slave, working slave, you know, moving companies, whatever, moving furniture all day, this, that, lifting all day. Of course you're going to be exhausted. You're adapted. It's just accelerated aging. It's destroying your body. It destroys your health and your body lifting. That's what it does. Unless you're lifting for specific things for an adaptation. A gym is to try to get an adaptation. It isn't there for you to be a lifting slave. Get it, man? Yeah. It's not there for you to be a gym slave.
What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen? I mean, even me, you see me, you guys do, what, about 12, maybe a little more, but throw in some lighter stuff at the end. I do about 12 sets per workout, and not all of them are big movements. The only time they are is like my chest and back day. It's 1 day. And it's only 12 sets, and I stop there. And you know what? It's fairly fatiguing. But I'm also not trying to throw legs in with all of that. I'm trying to do squats and everything else. All right, here's your problem with it. Here's why you're getting lackluster results. You can only adapt.
Okay, why?
To so much in one workout. And we need to be clear.
You can only adapt to so much in one workout? You're adapting to it. How are you adapting to it? By getting an adaptation. But the question is this. You already are adapted to your exercises because you've been doing them all the time. You're adapted to these exercises. You're just coming and doing them again and again and again, over and over again, like, I don't know, in failure. This is just pure failure. This is whatever. It's crazy.
Here, this is one of the reasons I am saying, I've said full body doesn't work that well.
No, full body workout, a full body split. I mean, you can't do, you could do your legs the same day, but it'd be a bit much. It works because it resensitizes your body, and your body goes through a repair and a remodeling. Plus, you have to be a person that has the time and the effort to build a body using a full body workout. That's why I say it's it's great for young people that have nothing better to do, or on the weekends or something. You go, you work out on a Saturday, you eat like crazy, go on Sunday, do your legs, eat like crazy, and then the rest of the week you take off, you repair and remodel, and you go and eat like crazy the rest of the week, whatever. I don't know if you have time or not, or if you're working, or if you're rich or poor. It's really hard to say. But a full body workout is the best workout to get gains. But like I said, you could do them in splits too. You could do them. But again, you're going to have to take a lot of time off. Again, you're still going to have to eat. See what I mean? So building your body big and strong, that's a lot of work, bro. But I guess people are just busy. They just want to be good at lifting heavy weights. They want to be adapted to their exercises and lift a heavy weight. They want to be a small, strong guy.
For more advanced lifters, if it does, you have to make compromises. You're going to have
Let me rephrase that. A small, pretend strong guy. Yeah.
favorite body parts, you have to train them first. That literally might mean you're training your arms before you squat. Because in the end result...
Look, I could tell you the results you get in a full body workout, damaging workout, is astronomically rapid. The success is very fast. Within a short period of time, you would build your body up so quickly. There's no time to waste, time to fool around, going to the gym, fooling around, lifting, heavy weight, this, that, strong guy, bullshit, whatever. If you want to get super big and strong, you get as many adaptations as you can out of that episode that you went through in the gym. You go to the gym, you do your upper body, that's an episode, boom. You get some adaptations. What is that? Muscle damage. And then you go and eat like crazy for hours. Here's the thing. People do lift for 3 hours, sometimes 2-3 hours in the gym, in that session. Whatever they're doing there, I don't know. They've been knowing people to do their back for over 2, almost 3 hours. Relaxing, taking, pulling, this, that. So if you're working out for 3 hours, it just makes sense to go eat for 3 hours too. And not eat for like 30 minutes. A couple bagels and a cup of coffee and a pizza and a 500 ml of milk.
Going to be your squats and your legs are going to grow weaker. As you get in deeper into a workout, your ability to recruit upper threshold motor units seems to go down.
Yeah, of course it does. If you got muscle damage in that session, of course it's going to go down. It's associated with that. Ultrastructural muscle injuries are associated with reduced force capacities, a whole bunch of other stuff, range of motion, whatever. But that's when you're getting an adaptation. But after you come out of the adaptation, you come out stronger. You come out bigger and stronger. After every adaptation, you come out bigger and stronger.
And it's not just localized. We know that happens with localized fatigue. And
I'll just put it this way. If you ain't coming out bigger and stronger out of every adaptation, muscular damage adaptation, these ultrastructural muscle injuries, if you're not coming out of that like that, then you're doing something wrong.
Say, well, if you did back and then biceps, it wouldn't matter. It'd be from the localized fatigue.
If you're doing back and biceps, if you're doing back, you're already doing biceps. They got worked. You want to overwork them?
Because you were working biceps all the way through the workout, okay? So the biceps...
Yeah, that's the whole point in a full body. I'm not talking about people that are doing splits, just their back. I'm talking about if you're doing chest, back, shoulders, arms, and forearms. Every muscle is constantly getting worked throughout every exercise. That's the whole point. To get an adaptation.
Still got the highest threshold muscle fibers hit early on, and they're just getting tired. And that would be the case oftentimes if you're...
I never got tired doing a full body workout. I don't know. Doesn't make me tired, but whatever.
Getting a smaller number of body parts. However...
Here's a question. How the fuck would he know? He's never ever done any of these things. He hasn't done them, so how the hell could he talk about them?
When you're hitting different body parts, guess what? After you get a few sets deep into the workout, your ability to work harder goes down. And what happens is that your...
Not necessarily. No, it doesn't.
nervous system will no longer get as many of the fast twitch fibers. That's the one.
No, you're getting the fast twitch muscle fibers. Of course, through repeated bout effect phenomena, it starts protecting itself in type 1 from any further assault and damage. That's usually what happens. That's the reason why you want to go through the full body within a period of time, within a 4-hour window. Anything after 4 hours, it's almost impossible to damage these muscle fibers, type 2.
That grow the most. When you're a novice, your slower twitch fibers can grow a lot more. The bigger.
What? He's crazy. Yeah, they'll grow. You want to know why? Because ectomorphs are filled with type 1 muscle fibers. The majority of ectomorphs are type 1. They don't have a lot of type 2.
The bigger you get and the stronger you get, the more that percentage changes. Okay, so we need to be clear. For novices, we know.
Oh, you want to change it by getting more type 2 muscle fibers. The fuck?
Fast twitch fibers grow more than intermediate.
Okay, let's just put it this way. In a full body workout, because the damage is so massive, you're going to get what they call a repair and a remodeling, and then you'll get a second fiber based on the first one. It'll form a new fiber. You understand me? You'll get new fibers in the remodeling, and you'll get a new fiber. And sometimes you may get one or maybe even two. You may be lucky and get two. The damage was so massive. It'll give you two fibers, more than just one, okay? Based on the genetics of the first one, okay? So there you go, man. That's why they call it hyperplasia, okay? So depending on the damage you're getting, if the damage is minimal, sometimes it's just a repair and a remodeling. If it's massive, you get a repair, remodeling, and a fiber, and maybe another one. Now, if the damage is extremely minute, then you'll get nothing, okay? So, and that's what people are getting in the gym. A nada, a zero. They have fooled themselves. They think, well, I got sore a little bit the next day. They wake up and they feel, well, a little bit sore. But you're just not sore enough because you didn't put enough effort into it. See what I mean? You put a little effort, but not a lot. Or you're adapted, and then maybe you increased a little bit of the set, a little bit more something, but there just wasn't enough to eke out a new adaptation. See what I mean? That's the problem. Lifting's complicated.
And slow twitch. They do grow quite a bit, measurably more. But it's not an enormous gap. It's, like double or triple. Right? They grow about 3 times faster.
What? How do they grow 3 times faster? How, Blaha?
It's not massive in the grand scheme of things, particularly because you have less of them. That's when you're a novice. So novices can get.
Well, how do they grow? Just because you lifted a weight? Just because you lifted something doesn't mean something's going to grow there. What are you talking about?
Away with a little more full body in that regard because they're not as fully reliant on the highest threshold muscle fibers. Okay? Not as reliant.
Look, here again.
Because the other stuff can grow more, but as you've been training a little while.
Again, it's based on adaptation. Look, here's the thing. Everything in lifting is based on an adaptation principle. If you go away from something long enough and you come back, you're able to get a new adaptation. You're resensitizing, like your marriage. The love life died, you go away, come back. It's like brand new again, okay? You're resensitized to the lifts. That's why you go away. But I'm not really going away from it. I'm going through a repair and a remodeling. You understand me? And then I'm hitting it again in a full body, an overworking of an untrained, what you would call an untrained muscle, but it's trained. It's actually trained, but let's just call it for this sakes, for this video, an overworking of a untrained or unfamiliar muscle, okay? Unfamiliar. So there you go, man. But in this grand scheme of things, if you're just moving around in the gym and you're doing parts, let's just say you're doing parts, you're looking for new adaptations. You can do that. You can move around and do something that you've never done before to get a new adaptation. You'll get muscle and you'll get stronger at doing that movement or exercise. What makes you better at swimming? An adaptation. When you first swim, you get an adaptation, okay, and muscle damage. And then it recalibrates you, it repairs and remodels stronger. When you come back, it's easy for you to swim now, okay? Just like ice skating. But you won't get that damage to come back with a second repeated bout. That's about it. It just calibrates you the first time. You can try to eke out new adaptations even in swimming, but you're going to have to do a different movement to eke out a new adaptation in swimming. Man, that's how it works in this world. So people will say, well, bodybuilders are weak because, they're so big, but they're so weak. They're not weak. And which is it, the steroid ones or what? They're all taking steroids. If it's steroids, they're all taking steroids. They're all strong. They're all lifting something heavy because they're artificial. But in reality, a bodybuilder, a real bodybuilder, natural, is strong because he's looking to eke out adaptations. He's looking to build more type 2 muscle fibers so he could get stronger, brutally big and brutally strong. That's how it works. Have you ever seen a natural 285 pounds? I was natural 285. What are you? Right now, I'm hovering around 250 in my old age, which I don't feel that strong at 250 like I did when I was young, practically in my late 20s and early 30s, being like 285. It's a total difference, man. If you've never repeatedly damaged muscle fibers in an adaptation and went to eat for a couple hours every day and did that for a couple of months out of a year and get brutally big and strong, then how the fuck would you know what it's like to be like that, brutally big and strong? You're all busy trying to lift the heaviest weight in the gym. You all want to be good at lifting heavy weights. You don't have to do that. You just get big and strong. Get it? And the weights will be light. It's the whole point. An ant can lift 10 times its body weight. Why? Because it's 75% fucking muscle, bro.
Well, it gets to a point to where the slower twitch fibers don't grow at all.
That's because they're protecting the type 2s from getting damaged in an adaptation, because it's called an adaptation. It's adapted.
If that's all you're training later in the workout, zero growth. You got nothing.
Man, look, I gotta pop this up because hold on a second. All right. The repeated bout effect phenomenon. So if you look at this, right, it says recent advancements in the understanding of the repeated bout effect, the protective effect against what? Muscle damage from a single bout of eccentric exercise. It doesn't say concentric. It says eccentric. Why? Because concentric is not associated with muscle damage. So the repeated bout effect refers to the what? Adaptation, whereby a single bout of eccentric exercise protects against muscle damage from what? Subsequent eccentric bouts. So what is the repeated bout effect? It's an adaptation. You understand me? You got an adaptation in what? Muscle damage. And then it rapidly what? It protects itself from muscle damage. So how does it protect itself from further assaults of muscle damage? The muscle. Easy. It repairs and remodels itself bigger and stronger. Get it, man? Yeah. Yeah. So what do you have to do to get more adaptations? Either you're gonna have to get what? More adaptations. So you're gonna have to figure out how to get an adaptation out of that exercise. I don't know. But like it says there, it's an adaptation. See that? It's adapted. Like it says here, passive stiffness increased eccentric training, but there are no studies. It's whatever. Hold on a second. I had a better one before. A DOMS. Here, look at this one, for example. So if you go to DOMS part 1, here's DOMS, delayed onset muscle soreness. What is it? It's a type of ultra-structural muscle injury. The manifestation of DOMS caused by eccentric or unfamiliar forms of exercise. They never say concentric anywhere. Clinical signs include reduced force capacities, increased painful restriction of movement, stiffness, swelling, and dysfunction of adjacent joints. Although DOMS is considered a mild type of injury, it is. It's a micro injury. It is one of the most common reasons to compromise supportive performance. It is. Yeah, but then when you come out of it, when you don't get it anymore, you're stronger. So it's considered that ultrastructural damage of muscle cells due to, so what is it? The primary mechanism is currently considered to be an ultrastructural damage of muscle cells due to unfamiliar sporting activities or eccentric exercise. Unfamiliar. Things that you're doing unfamiliar will get you what? This damage in sporting activities, or it'll get you damage doing what? Eccentric exercise. Exercise, which leads to what? Further protein degradation, apoptosis, and local inflammatory response. Get it? Now, how do you build them when you get this damage? Protein synthesis needs to exceed that breakdown. Get it, man? The following narrative review conducted represents overview of current regarding, okay, DOMs, You get the picture, man. So, yeah. I don't know what else to say there, but that's a short version. Let's go back to Blaha here.
The intermediate grow a lot less. When you're a really advanced lifter, almost all of your muscle growth is that fast twitch fiber. Almost all of it. That's where you're getting at.
No, it's not. It's all in type 1. It's all in type 1 until you start moving weights around. You have to move rapidly through your exercise to get these type 2s.
But the gains are so slow because most of your muscle fibers won't grow anymore.
No, they don't grow anymore. They don't get damaged anymore because of repeated bout effect phenomena. It's an adaptation process.
Natural. They just stop. They reach more or less their limit. Or
no, they reach a ceiling limit during hypertrophic process in that first bout, where the progenitor is beyond where it could donate any extra nuclei to that domain to support further muscle growth. So how do you get it to support further muscle growth? You damage it so it can be activated and come out of quiescence to donate its nuclei, because nuclei synthesize protein to further that domain.
They do grow, it is painfully slow. So everything is coming from...
It is not painfully slow. Let me explain something to you. It comes faster. You start getting bigger and stronger faster. The more you start eating, the more you stretch your stomach, the more you keep eating, you keep doing that, you get bigger and stronger. Every week you come in, you damage your muscles and full body workout, and you go to the buffet and eat for hours, and then throughout the week you may eat another 2 or 3 times at the buffet, and you keep eating at home, restaurants, wherever, outside, inside, outside, downstairs, whatever the fuck. You're fucking eating like 24 fucking hours a day, dude. You're going to keep getting bigger and bigger and stronger and bigger and stronger if you do that. But you got to have the time and the money to do that. Do you have the time? Do you have the money to do that? No? Then forget it. Then waste your time and do these dinky little workouts. Like, if I can't eat and build my body, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to move on to doing conditioning or something else. But a lot of people, they don't have money, so they just practice on lifting a heavy weight, or they just do bro splits, or they do splits, or they come in and do exercises, or, whatever the hell they're doing there. It's just, they're wasting their time.
99% of your muscle growth is coming from those fast twitch fibers. Well, guess what? If you can't recruit them...
They're not. They're, men, they repair and remodel in an adaptation so they don't get further assaulted, so they won't grow anymore. It's the whole point.
Later in the workout, those body parts are just simply not going to grow. Case in point, I struggled with arms for years doing a lot of that training arms at the very end.
Man, should I bring this up too? Hold on a second. I don't know if it's this one, because there's so many of them, man. Even this one tells you eccentric exercise risks and benefits. Delayed DOMs, delayed onset muscle soreness. Unaccustomed exercise is known to cause what? Muscle damage and delayed pain. Delayed pain and muscle damage. Tells you there. I'm looking for the one in PubMed. PubMed ones, it'll tell you something specific. Hold on. There's better insight mechanisms governing eccentric training adaptation should be provided in invaluable information. It is superior to everything. It is superior. Even here, delayed onset muscle soreness tells you right here. Eccentric exercise, however, unaccustomed. Whoa. That's like the last one. Hold on. It is associated with strength, power, speed, performance, eccentric exercise. Okay. These adaptations, they're morphological and architectural adaptations. There you go. That's another one. I don't know if this one here is eccentric training. Is it this one? I can't remember. No, not that one. Here's one. The application of effective strategies against muscle damage may contribute to improvements in health, fitness, accompanied by muscle soreness, primarily due to muscle damage. Eccentric contractions often result in large and long-lasting force deficits, accompanied by muscle soreness, primarily due to muscle damage. Oh my God, eh? That's horrendous, isn't it? Yeah. That kind of sucks. Okay, not that one. Here's another one. Look how many there are. The studies go on forever. Not that one either. Here's another one. I don't know. Could also be indicated for superior sensitivity to assembling muscle fiber damage in comparison to MRI. I don't know what they're doing here in some MRI thing. They use this in rehabilitation as well. So yeah, it just goes on and 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 on. I could go forever, bro. Like seriously, you could go on forever here. When it comes to eccentric exercise, it just goes on forever. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find the one I'm looking for right now, but whatever. It's not important, but you get the picture.
What happened? Other than the period of time where I was training the least, I noticed I had bigger arms at that point. I went back and saw old clips when I was only training here 2 or 3 times a week at the most. I had a bunch of stuff going on in my life, and my workouts were
He never had bigger arms. He's always been small.
shorter. And I actually come in and do chest and arms and stuff sometimes. It's the only thing I did. Or maybe do a set of deadlifts and then just do chest and arms the rest of the day, right? Chest and triceps or whatever. They were bigger. Arms were bigger than a few years later. Yeah.
Wow, you got any proof of that? Man.
So again, we come over to that, well, you're going to have muscles that don't grow because you can't just do it all in one workout. There's a limit to what you can stimulate in one workout. You can only do so many hard sets, and how many of them is going to depend on how big the movement.
Don't listen to him. He's limiting you. You can do whatever the hell you want to do in that set. He's stupid. There's only so much money you can make in the world. You can't make that much money in that one session. Yeah, whatever, Blaha.
Are. So if you're doing your lower body the same day as the upper, you may not get much upper body growth because you've used all your energy on the lower on those days. So what I would suggest to people, no, you can't just come in and do more. If you can only train twice a week, I would never do full. That's why when you guys saw certain people were putting out programs like, oh, come and do full body twice a week for 3 or 4.
Yeah, but here's the problem again. You could come in those times during the week, but your body's going to rapidly adapt. So while it's the Easter weekend right now, I took a lot of time off. I may not even go to the gym today. I did my back last week, and I usually do my back, then my shoulders and my chest. But I stopped with my back way back last week. So today's Wednesday. I still haven't gone into the gym to do my shoulders yet or my chest. I took a lot of time off because going to resensitize, bro. I'm not in a hurry to go to the gym, and I'm conditioning at the same time, but I want to still eke out some adaptations if I can. That's the point.
4 hours. It's the reason those people were all tiny. It's the reason it didn't work. They bought into it and it didn't work. The guy doing it was bulking hard on some stuff. It helped.
No, again, if they were to get an adaptation, let's say you go to the gym and you just do your arms. You do your arms like vigorously on that workout. I mean vigorously. And then you go home and you just eat shitloads of food. You eat a lot. You don't work out the next day, the following day, the third, the fourth, the fifth day, whatever. You take a bunch of like 5 days off. I guarantee you, your arms are going to be massive and strong. They're going to be bigger and they're going to be stronger. You understand me? And you didn't interfere with the repair and the remodeling process because you didn't come in to do your back or your chest or anything, to keep using your arms, so preventing them from growing bigger and stronger. You understand me? So you can split it up. You can do a real workout and get your muscles to become bigger and stronger through the remodeling process. That is a permanent process.
I'm sorry, natural. Everybody's natural now. I'm natural now too, by the way. I need a fish.
This is the jealousy. He hates my channel, man. This is why he's saying the shit.
He announced that somewhere in a video. Full net.
Yeah, he's natural now, so he's natural. You jealous because I'm better than you, Blaha, and because I talk about full body workouts and shit and all that, how they're supposed to be done in splits. Man, you're crazy. You know that? Your problem is you're stupid and you're crazy.
Bro.
And no, you don't follow the literature, because if you did, you'd understand it, but you don't.
47 full netted. I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm practically 57. I don't take drugs, dude. I'm not on any drugs, dude. You can tell. But you're not a natty. You're on drugs. You take drugs. So why are you saying you're natty now all of a sudden?
Awesome. All right.
Because you couldn't make it with your poor genes, your poor genetics that you have, that you were born with. It's a known fact. You said in your videos that you're, Budapest Jewish or Budapest Jew or Bulgaria Jew, whatever the hell you are, something Jewish, part of the Jewish clan, something, whatever. Well, it's a known fact, right? Isn't that true? Jews were slaves. They eat slave food. You're still eating the food that they've been eating, slave food. Your mom, your parents, and everybody have been eating the slave food. That's why you have poor genetics, because Jewish people are slaves and they are used to eating a slave diet. And so because they ate slave diet, their genetics are so poor and so bad. Look at them. Look at them. Look at you. Look in the mirror, bro. That's the problem. When slaves eat poor diets, they beget poor genetics. That's what happens to them. They feed them that to keep control over the slaves, bro. You're still eating it to this day. You don't have to, Blaha. You can stop being a slave. Stop eating the slave diet. Start eating your natural diet. You're not a slave anymore, dude.
You know, he was natty. He had really good, really good genetics. And
he just really ate his natural diet. Like you are eating on a natural diet, unfortunately. So and then you're crying about it.
Really hard. He bulked hard. So,
Yeah, he bulked hard. Yeah, bulk's gonna get you over M&D size limit. It's gonna damage bulks are gonna damage your muscles for you without doing the work. Yeah, it's gonna do it for you. It's gonna damage your muscles. The bulk. It's gonna go in there when you eat the bulk. It's gonna damage them for you so that they can grow bigger and stronger. Sure. You must be crazy if you think that a bulk is going to damage your muscle fibers for you. Nobody's going to do them for you, not me. Nobody, bro. You got to do them yourself, dude.
Those people didn't get results, and that's why. You can't do that and expect it to work. So what I'm going to tell people, you're going to have to split it up. If you can't get to the gym as many days, you can't just cram everything in. You may have to accept that a muscle's only going to get hit once a week, and that's fine. We can make gains on that. Okay? You can do it upper lower. You can split further out. But I would tell people, you know, there's a point where you go, are you sure you can only get to the gym twice a week, or you just only want to go twice a week? You would be better.
No. Why are they going to the gym twice a week? To be a lifting slave? To be good at being a lifting slave? To lifting a weight? Or do they want to get bigger and stronger so that the weights feel light and that they don't have to be a lifting gym slave?
Doing 3 days with less volume per workout. It splits stuff up a little more, like push-pull legs or something.
Here's the thing. If you're adapted to these weights, you're going to get an adaptation definitely in these androgen receptors for force production and motor units. Okay. So you become a lifting gym slave to that. To that move, to do that all the time. I was never a gym lifting slave. I built my body. I ended up at 285, and I stayed like that for more than a decade. Almost a decade and a half, I was like that big. I was massive, bro, and strong the whole time. Anytime I came into the gym, I can repeat the same lifts without practicing at doing them. That isn't that the whole point of bodybuilding? Growing muscles so you get bigger and stronger like an ant. He can lift 10 times his body weight because he's carries 75% more. 75% of his body is muscle. I thought the point of going to a gym was to get bigger and stronger, so that you don't have to be a lifting slave, like a factory worker or a fucking moving furniture mover.
Low volume, you would probably get better results and get less beat up than trying to do a crazy high volume full body twice a week. You would get better results. Ridiculous.
You understand why I made these videos called lifting slaves and gym slaves? You people are gym lifting slaves. Yeah. I'm not a gym or a lifting slave, bro. If I'm going to condition myself in the gym, it's because I'm trying to remove body fat, try and strip it off, but I'm doing it in an intelligent way. That the ratio to body fat, muscle to body fat, never moves the needle on the scale, dude. It always stays the same. Just the body fat is going down and the muscle is going up. So I stay the same weight the whole time when I'm moving, when I'm going through this conditioning, yeah. And I get better and I get stronger at the same time. Man, that's the whole point. You get stronger when you get bigger. When you get bigger, you get stronger. Yeah, man.
Same thing for my people who do 3 days a week. It's like, well, do they do more sets? No, we do less. Because there's a point where it's like, if you're only training 3 days a week, we don't want to exceed 10 sets in a.
But what are you training 3 days a week in a gym for? To be a lifting slave or for sports? People go to the gym to gain some muscles so they could be good at sports. They try to get some adaptations and then they try to carry it over to a sport so that they could be good at doing these sports. They could be stronger at doing them. They're resilient from getting injuries and stuff. The whole point of an adaptation is to get a repair and a remodeling so that you're stronger and that you don't get injured in that sport. That's the whole point of building muscles, repairing and remodeling muscles. If a bone gets broken, it repairs and it remodels itself stronger. That area will never break again.
For a muscle group, really about 8 sets in a workout.
Here's another thing. If you're getting these micro tears in the muscles because you're unaccustomed to doing them or you're unfamiliar or whatever, getting these adaptations, your bones get micro tears in them as well. They also get stronger. That's the whole point. They get micro tears and then they repair and remodel stronger, the bones and the muscle. So it's a carryover to these sports so you don't get injured.
For you to give a muscle, probably about all you can tolerate and really grow from if you're natural. That's probably near your upper threshold. So, in that case, again, you're only training 3, we might do an upper lower or push-pull legs and still limit those sets, right? And if we do an upper lower, we might still only do 5 or 6 sets, right? For those muscle groups. Keeping in mind, because if we're too fatigued, the muscle groups that we train last may not grow. All right, guys.
If you train them last, they may not grow? If you train them last, you mean they may not get damaged? What are you talking about? They all got damaged in a full body. They're getting damaged. I don't know what he's talking about. He's so confusing, man. Fatigue and all this. Fatigues don't build muscles, bro. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Tell what you think about that. Like, subscribe, support the channel. Helps with the algorithm. I'll see you in the next one, broski. But
that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative. And I'll talk.
It's been very informative because he wants you to fail. I told you before. He pumps these videos out so you fail out there. You understand me? He wants you to fail. See you in the next one. Ciao, friends.